What's up, everyone? It's Demolition Derby for Life. I'm here gonna do a update video on the new Derby van that I'm building, guys. If you guys remember, I just ran this caravan, the Joker van, down in Cannon Falls for the Memorial Madness Derby. As you can see, I got the motor all ripped out. She's actually sitting in the shop right now because yesterday I had to fix a bunch of stuff on it. A lot of stuff. I had to fix a lot on it. There's a couple things I got to do before I put this motor into the next build, or into the new build. But I figured I'd give you guys a little look at why I decided not to run this thing again. If you really look, you can see how it's all creased here, and she's starting to kick back in here on both sides. So I'm like, you can even see right here, that's all buckled. Like, there's a lot going on here, and she's, I think, pretty well pooched. I am going to save this lower cradle here, just because you never know when you might need it. So before I scrap this vehicle, I'm gonna end up pulling this just to save it, just in case. I have one laying around, because then if I ever get one that's corroded out, or if I end up breaking one and the rest of it's still pretty good, or the rest of the van's still pretty good, I'll basically just save it. So I figured that's worth at least saving, since I have this so far taken apart. But yeah, I figured I'd give you a little look at why I decided not to run this again. I mean, it's still got plenty of good parts. I do have to cut the cage out of it yet, but that will be done probably this weekend. I haven't really decided if I'm gonna fully if I'm gonna get this thing done. Well, actually, I might not do it this weekend, but I'm probably gonna do it sometime this week. Might do it because today is Thursday. Might do it Friday, and it's a really windy day, guys, so I don't know how well this is gonna pick up. But yeah, I figured I'd give a little look at what was going on up front and why I didn't touch it. And this was the motor that was out of the van, which, let's see if I can find it right there, guys. Yeah. I don't think she was any good. She was hurt really bad. So I ended up pulling all of the like mounting parts off of it, because we got this, and I pulled that tranny off because this tranny that was originally on that motor, this is what happened here. She decided to split right at the bottom. So that's the first time I've had that happen. So if this continues to happen, I do have another transmission. That's actually sitting in the Calvan 2.0. So that van, I'm going to pull that tranny off and save that, because frankly, if I'm gonna end up losing trannies, or if I end up getting another van that needs a tranny, I have one. That is the tranny that was off of the motor that was in the original van, which is just sitting outside there. But I ended up replacing it, got it all back together, pulled all the wiring with it, which that's actually the route I'm going to go on these, is just unhook all the wiring right off the fuse box, and then put it with the motor. And then when I pull the motor, it's all there. And when I put it in the next van, I got it. So I'm going to start buying more of these vans that have bad motors and whatnot, just because it's super simple. I don't know how well this is going to go putting it in. It's currently about like 5:30. So once I get the rest of the engine bay cleaned up and get a few things out, I'm going to see how well this goes. But I ended up breaking this whole bracket here off. So I fixed all that, replaced that, put new bushing on, or motor mount, I guess you could say. Put a new one of those on, and just got everything back together, fixed the power steering pump, because that was also broke. And I replaced the belt's different, but I do have the old belt that was okay yet. But we're gonna see how well this all goes and if it actually goes in really nicely. So hopefully it doesn't fight me, but we are gonna find out for sure. I'm hoping to get it all in tonight and get that van in the shop so I can start building it, because I currently have less than 20 days to get this thing done. And I have a lot of progress already done on it. Just having all this back together helps a lot. So once all that's back, this is all back together. So now this is gonna go into this van. So I actually had pulled the whole harness off of that motor, thinking I was gonna just do the same thing and just swap it on, but now pulling the harness the other route, I think that's going to be the best route to go. So I basically just have to unhook all these wires off of this and just go that route. So I think that's going to be the way I go. And then I got to move some other wiring and whatnot, but that once I start building it, that's when I'm going to do it. But basically, it's going to see how well this actually goes. I'm hoping to get this all in tonight yet. I'm gonna remove this here, this bracket here, and then, so that's out of the way, and then the motor's just gonna go right in, put that bolt in there, put those 2 bolts in there, get this lower motor mount back in, and go from there. It sucks that we can't replace that lower mount. They have a very bad tendency to break, along with that one, and then the back one usually is okay, and then this one here usually breaks off as well. So I'm gonna try to make sure that this thing is as sturdy as it can be. But there you go, guys. There's a little look at what I got going on. Stay tuned. I am going to have, if I get this thing in tonight, I will show you guys. But there's a lot to be done in a short amount of time. Let's see if I can get this all done and get this thing rocking and rolling. So stay tuned, guys. Well, guys, it is 8 o'clock. We got this thing in here in about 2 hours. That's like completely in, wired, not completely wired, but it's wired to the computer and then to the fuse box. And then I have some wires that need to be ran to it yet, pulled inside until I get the glass out. Then that will be basically wired in, put a battery to it, fire this thing up, see if it works. But yeah, there you go, guys. There is a look at it. It's completely in there. It's ready to rock and roll pretty much. Completely bolted in. It went a lot smoother than I thought it was, and I just one-man jobbed it. Definitely does help to have a skid loader, because I don't think I could have done this any other way. Well, I mean, I could have done it with a cherry picker, but went so smooth. I just kind of shimmied it in there. I thought I was going to fight it, but went really well. So I'm pretty stoked on this, guys. Got a lot to do yet in a short amount of time, but this was the biggest part of the job. So thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Stay tuned for this build process. The next thing on the agenda is finish getting the glass out and like a mirrors off. I got to cut the cage out of this thing, and then that cage is going to go right in here. Should be pretty plain and simple. Should have this thing done, and hopefully by next weekend. So if that happens, then we're going to start on the 55, guys. So stay tuned for that build. I'll give updates here and there, but basically I think I can get this done by next weekend. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I appreciate all you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button if you're new to this channel. We'll catch you guys all in the next video.